Yo, what up? It's Eric the Architect, and you watching Respect the Architect on Okayplayer. I think production in general is many different things. It's not just like making a beat, it's how everything makes sense in a bigger picture of making a song, you know? I think in a group, being the sole producer means that I'm probably turning on all the equipment and shit. And that means I'm probably like recording it too. And it means I'm probably like the beginning and the end of a song. With Flatbush Zombies, a lot of the times when I was doing that, I would have to write my verse last, or like I have to think about my individuality, how I contribute to a song after I get the production done. And that's cool, but it's also like, it's okay to change the order of those things because the outcome is gonna be different. And I feel like working by myself, somebody else may start a piece of production idea, and I'm already writing. And then the vision of the song could actually be executed quicker because it's just me. And you know, I was fortunate to be able to work with artists and producers who were willing to let me just rap, you know, and I feel like that just opened up a whole door. It made the music easier to make, and I could actually just co-produce something and actually have my hands on it the whole time. That's probably the biggest difference. Like, just like maybe today I got this hat on, I wear a different hat tomorrow, type shit. I don't know, I've created great things out of extreme discomfort, so it's weird. Like I recorded in a real studio. I really don't like real studios. I don't like feeling like I don't know what time it is. It's like you're in a casino, some shit. I don't really like that. I like being in my house or in a studio that feels like it's homely. I feel like I could be at my best when I feel like I'm not reminded that I'm paying for this, you know? Like when you go to the studio, it's like somebody like got a little watch on or some shit, like, all right, where's the hit? You know what I mean? Like I don't really like that vibe. I feel like my best is really just being a little comfortable, having the right food, you know, maybe some probiotic, you know what I mean? Some kombucha or something to get my stomach right so I can sit there and just enjoy the moment. Make sure I got water, you know, stuff like that. Just being comfortable and feeling like I don't gotta leave. Once I leave, I feel like I gotta start the whole process over again. I would say my biggest song is 222. I still don't know what the magic about that song is, but like from young to old, women to men, like they just smoking good, looking good, girlfriend, what's the issue? I feel like everybody can relate to that, and it's such a catchy tune. I remember when I made the beat, I already had the chorus in mind. Like maybe it was just something special about that day. I'm glad that I turned the mic on and shit. Underrated is hard. I think there's a song I did on Clockwork Indigo with the Underachievers. So it's Flatbush Zombies and the Underachievers together became Clockwork Indigo. It has to be something of that project because I feel like people slept in the whole project. But if I had to pick anything, it'd probably be Butterfly Effect. I feel like the production on that was just out of, like, I really was wilding. Like we all rap really good, but like I had, my man played keys on it. I had this girl Esper from London singing on it as well. I like did a whistling part while I was whistling the melody. It's a really impactful song, and a song where there's like no real chorus to the end of the song, and you just got mad MCs. I think it was like 7 minutes long. So it was like the most I put time or effort into a song. And they all recorded it in my bedroom underneath my loft bed, you know what I'm saying? So that gotta be it. I pull a lot of inspiration from photographers, low key. I really love Annie Leibovitz. I usually get the Magnum booklets, the books, and it has like all the best photographers in it. You know, you got David LaChapelle, even architects like Tadao and Dao. Like if you look at visuals in general, I don't just look at other people's. Like for instance, I don't really go to see a new music video and look up the director. Like to feel like, well, I don't want that because we've seen it right now. It's dope to be aware of the person, but I don't want to like see somebody's like behind the curtain shit. I want to be able to take from 3 or 4 different people and make something brand new. That's the way I've always been kind of introduced to art. A lot of my friends went to art school too, so I usually call them for like a brainstorm, or we'll do a vision board or come together to bring somebody that might be specialized in animation, or a lot of shit actually come from my fans too. You know, by putting the music out, a lot of fans really want opportunity to showcase their talent. They'll hit me up, and if it's trash, I just tell them, you know what I mean? That's what's up, bro. I might, you know what I mean? But if it's fire, I'm like, yo, bro, you might need to join the team, bro. Like, the person that does all my art and my merchandise with me is my coworker from when I worked at Guitar Center. And this is still my friend, still to this day, over 10 years, you know? And it's not just loyalty, it's more like you create a bond with somebody, especially at a different part of your life, and they're talented, they're gonna show and prove because they know what you've been through. And I feel the same for him too. Top 3, Teddy Riley, Quincy Jones, Maybe Just Blaze. Yeah, maybe Just Blaze. 100%. I'm one of the people he was texting about that shit. I 100% agree with him. That industry is fucked, bro. We don't get anything. We get nothing. People use us to feel good. People use us to have sex, have children. People use us for the whole emote of your life is music. And it's so funny that like we get the bottom, we get crumbs to literally help you live every day. The smile you have on your face today is probably because you heard a good record this morning, or you know, you getting ready to a job interview, you taking a shower, you about to eat your food. It's always music. It's always around us all the time. To know that we're devalued to become content creators solely and then learn how to be artists after is such a weird, displaced thought, like reality to me. And as much as I love like the internet and scrolling and shit, I just don't think that like, that's not the way that I was introduced to music, so it's still foreign to me. I don't want to be some old head and shit. It's just weird because it's like, you know, I love like Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston went through rigorous vocal training and stuff, songwriting before she released her first record. People knew, like Michael Jackson, or they knew from child that they're gonna be this like chosen one thing. I think the probability of social media, like a TikTok or something like that, increases the chance of somebody blowing up. But it's also like, if that's the only way that people are seeing success, I don't know if people would take these small steps to really do the knowledge and be around vinyl and know all this stuff and like research. The assertion of becoming famous, it becomes more, you become blinded by what you receive from it as opposed to like the in-between, you know, and like studying it and being a scholar. So like, yeah, I definitely agree with him. And I'm hoping that what he says and maybe what I'm saying today will help people be like, yo, you know, like if something is dope, make sure that you're recognizing the artist that's making it, you're giving them the credit, and also find the best means of supporting them. Because the last thing they want is for artists to stop making music in general, because then you really don't have nothing. And it costs money to make music. So I don't know, he said, it's like people act like music is free. It's like, it's crazy that people think music is free. You can play for a concert, it's free concerts too, but that money is always siphoned for awareness. It's always like, well, it's a free concert to prevent crime in the neighborhood or to raise money for a church. It's always something, money's always involved. So just value the artists, that's all I say. I would say gospel has always been, I don't go to church now, which is, I'll admit, but I haven't found my church in LA yet. But I was going to church a lot as a kid. And like, I think there's a certain level of humility and vulnerability that you learn when you go to church. You've seen the same people every week. And the part I love the most is when they say, who here for the first time? And then you look around and you're like, man, it's me, bro. And they all just like show that person so much love. And I was like, damn, like, I like that. I like people getting out of that comfort, you know, and being like, yo, the attention is on me, and they like heralded and giving positivity, not like most of the time, oh, like, get out of here. I was on it first. I was on God first, bro. Like, what? That sounds so wicked. Like, you know, I feel like, yeah, gospel, church, those things were really important to me as in my development and understanding spirituality, open-mindedness. You said reggae music, low-key cartoons. Movies and cartoons are always really impressionable to me. Before I came here, somebody asked me, how do I change my voice like that? And how do I use all these different timbres of voice? I'm like, because I like cartoons. It was like Batman Beyond and like Angry Beavers and Two Stupid Dogs and like from Spider-Man, like they all have really sick voice acting, and all my favorite cartoons have sick music, like X-Men. Those are really impressionable. Anything related to cartoons, music, gospel, church, movies. My name, the architect, is from The Matrix. So that's probably my favorite movie of all time. There's no way that didn't inspire me, for sure. There's people that have been listening to me since that project has come out, and they said to me, I'm gonna come see you in Brooklyn, or I'm gonna come see you in Houston, or I'm gonna come see you wherever, because the other shit you used to do used to scare me. And I'm like, what do you mean scare me? It's like, I'm not trying to get moshed out. I'm like, damn. So all these people were actually like, not all, but some people were actually scared to be part of that energy just because it was so lively. I almost remember it as such a project that was so reflective and like forward thinking and ahead of the age that I was. Actually recording it and producing it on my own, that shit was really like taxing. But I was really like in a very emotional sense watching my moms get sick, and just the shorties I was fucking with, they wasn't really lifting me up. And I felt very like alone and tortured by that. You know what I'm saying? But I still had that project to look back on to see that I was able to overcome the stuff that I was insecure about. So now, 13 years later, I look at that project as like, I couldn't have made that. I couldn't have made my album without making that, because that kid that was 13 years ago just looks at this project as like, damn, I'm glad you kept going, bro. Cause like, I'm more confident as a person because I know what my value is. And I didn't want myself to ever be perceived to be weak because I was emotional. Like, that doesn't make you weak to be in touch with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the most pussy thing you could do is to deny how you feel about something. And I feel like maybe at that age, I was still trying to understand how to command that energy within myself. I named it Almost Remembered. If I was really him, or I thought I was, I just would have called it Remembered. You know, so it really shows you my mentality. I was already pardoning myself for like, hey guys, give me a chance, or like, listen to me. Where I'm like, I've never been here before. Now I'm like, this is who I am. And I have to accept that, and so do you, because I'm in your face and I'm not going anywhere. You know, that's a way different attitude than I was when I was a kid, you know. But I'm glad you said that, because like, those are two different, like, they had to happen in that order. I couldn't make that my album now when I was 13 years ago. There's no way I could have did that. It's interesting, because I would think that this project, being my debut album, was the most that I've had them integrated into it. And as the features kept coming through between George Clinton and Layla, it's just like, yo, you really making an album for like us. Like, this is the music that we grew up to listening to, and it's a different level of like merit and pride to know that, you know, my mom, rest in peace, like George Clinton was one of my favorite artists of all time, and this man is literally singing behind some of my best raps. You know, I really did this to help my community and my neighborhood, my family, be regarded as people who take music seriously and is gonna make passionate music. And my family can now say, like, my brother has a debut album, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I've done albums before, but this is a different level of personality and also just like individuality to it than anything I've ever made. Even just sending them early records or revisions of the music. I feel like it was harder for them to do that in the past just because I didn't give this much time to anything, you know? It took me, what, 5 years to put this shit out? So, you know, I moved to LA and I started working on this project over 4 years ago. So I got some songs on here that's that old. And when people say they hear it, like, yo, you got so much better, bro. I'm like, that song for 2019, bro. That shit made me feel good though, because it showed you like I was really up then, but I just didn't put it out yet, you know? And my family's always been very supportive of my dreams. And this is just the dream that I got now. So without them, I couldn't have this album. I think one of my records that is timeless is definitely Liberate, featuring Lalah Hathaway. I know that the proper grammar is liberation. That's liberation. But I thought liberation meant that you've already completed it. You've already been freed from whatever is oppressing you. Whereas liberate is a verb, which is telling you to do it. I feel like the act or the art of chasing it is really what makes it timeless, because we always gonna do that no matter how much shit you're dealing with. We all need to liberate. We all need to find a part of ourselves that we can channel when we feel insecure or you down on yourself. Because we all going, if it's not today or tomorrow, it's gonna happen. Unfortunately, it's just the way of the world. That song really showcases that, and it talks about the upbringing of that I particularly had, but also here's where I am now. So to liberate myself is timeless. To dream, to control, to free yourself from that shit is always gonna be important to us. So that's why it's timeless to me. Yo, what up, it's Eric the Architect. And if you like what you saw, make sure you hit that subscribe button on Okayplays YouTube.